Howdy guys, how's it going? So, continuing on with the LMGs, believe it or not, I've already got these things diamond, but Cold War is just, there's this little issue with camos that seems to be popping up, different, weapon classes for different people, different camo sections for different people, so, I guess just one of those things we're going to have to wait till the next little miniature update comes out, because I finished the Stoner, which was the last gun I needed to get gold, and if you can't tell, look at that right there, bro. Every single camo section complete, but it says I still need one, so I don't know, I can't complete a camo that's not actually there, but I mean, regardless, I've got the Stoner Gold, and it's going to be next, but I'm going to wait for the achievement to actually catch up with it. There was our old M60, but this is all about the RPD. As always, we're going to do our Gunfighter class setup and our Perk Greed class setup. I'm going to change this back over to a proximity mine. Just for the record, my internet connection today has been impeccable, and I actually got a nuke with the RPD just while screwing around. Like I wasn't even really trying, and it ended up going like 52-1. I think I'll put up like a screenshot of the match on the screen. But I mean, all the LMGs are super solid on here. But without further ado, we'll jump into our Gunfighter class setup first, which, just like with the M60, the Gunfighter setups for the LMGs are just so god dang magnificent. Like, because the fact that you can still get really good ADS time with all these attachments, increase like your movement speed, the firepower, the accuracy, and just the way that you manipulate the weapon in game is awesome. We gotta have a consistent thing here with the Cobra red dot sight. That 1.75 magnification is nice. For the suppressor, going with the Gra suppressor on the Gunfighter setup, but then when we get to the Perk Greed setup, it's going to be a different suppressor and everything. But the barrel, 20.30 inch task force body. We got our Gra 5 milliwatt tack laser. Under barrel, the bruiser grip. I kept going back and forth between like the bruiser and the speed grip, and it's one of those things I don't normally use whatsoever, but it just happens to just really accent all these other attachments very nicely. But feel free to experiment with the VDV speed grip if you would like to, because that's like 1 point reduction in speed and firepower isn't really noticeable, but neither is the improvement in accuracy, because this thing's very accurate as is. So combined with the other attachments, I feel like that underbarrel is the way to go. For our magazine, going down with the 125 round fast mag, GRU elastic wrap on her handle, and finally the KGB skeleton stock. With this one, I did run no stock for a while, but just once again, after you take and actually equip just some of these weapons, just the last thing you unlock actually does end up tying in really well with each other, as I'm sure, I guess they intended to get people to grind the weapon that much harder. But there you go. That is the Gunfighter class setup. Everything else is still the same. If you're going for performance and not just grinding camos, I recommend having a secondary like a pistol or a shotgun. I'm just still slowly but surely progressing on them rocket launchers, stem shot, frag, proximity, flak, scavenger, and ghost or gun ho. With this one, I found ghost to be a little bit more reasonable than gun ho. Gun ho's AR subs, that kind of thing. And I found that with this, you're going to be backing off reloading. You need to take cover because it is a little bit longer reload time. Then going up to our Perk Greed class setup. Going to be skipping out using the iron sights. This thing has plenty good iron sights, nothing negative to say there. Going with the standard suppressor. Then we're going to go down, keep that 5 milliwatt SWAT laser, get the bruiser foregrip, underbarrel grip? Yeah, underbarrel grip, same difference. Magazine, going with the 125 round fast mag, and for the handle, we got a Gra elastic wrap so that we can get up and down on our knees without having to call life alert, and just keeping the standard stock on there. So that's our 5 attachments. And once again, same set of everything except with Perk Greed, we have the added benefit of having Tactical Mask Assassin and Gun Ho, which in all honesty, with this third one, feel free to, switch out Gun Ho for Ninja or Cold Blooded or just any of them, but I still like to have it as an option and use it if I can. So there we have it. So now, without further ado, let's take and hop into a match and see if we can do some damage. Odds are I'm probably going to start lagging now, but that is what it is. And the COD gods are smiling down upon us because we got a match of Nuketown Domination that's just now starting. We're going to be starting off with our Gunfighter class setup, and like we ended up doing with the good old M60, we're probably going to use this in the majority of the game, and I'm going to switch back and over to the Perk Greed class setup. But look at that, bro. All the attachments, 116 round magazine, and that kind of ADS time. Like I said, you're not snapping like you would be with a sub or even an AR. But considering the firepower you got in your hands, like you can't complain about, like, you know, I mean, about the ADS time. If anything, it's like the perk greed one is going to have somewhat of a slower ADS time. Okay, I just got like double teamed right there. We got another RPD on the map. The guys wanting to come over here and compare do-jig sizes with one another. But you know what? That's fine with me as long as we can keep the lag down to a minimum. Where in the actual orangutan titties is these people coming from? It's already switched. Okay, so I feel like we're going to have just a match of extremely aggressive players. So I'm going to take and try to get all the objectives I can just to help my teammates. That match I played earlier where I dropped that nuke, my teammates was like, I still ended up with like 5 or 8 objectives. So I mean, I wasn't like just hanging in the back of the map. I was like pushing spawns and everything, but just moving at a very moderate pre-aiming pace. And then once I got to like 25 kills and I kind of backed off mid-map, called in my the HVAC, whatever it is. I called that in and just used that to kind of finish it off. And then for the rest of it, I just kept going and started playing a lot more aggressive. Because, I mean, it's hard to wrap your head around until you play a bunch of matches and really, you know, use a lot of the weapons going for camos, or just using a lot of the weapons to, you know, experience different play styles and different setups and everything. But it's just such an advantage, like this right here, just be able to take and just let the bullets rip down range and pin people down. Because if they don't immediately, you know, register the fact that they're getting lit up by LMG, they're going to assume that, you know, the person's going to run out of bullets in 30 rounds or whatever. And then they'll just go ahead and, like, instinctively, you know, like a flipping meerkat on the, I think they're meerkats are in Africa. You know, they just poke their head up and then you're still raining down lead and they just take it in the mouth. You know, ain't no dentist going to be able to fix some RPD. I don't know what the RPD is. I'm assuming it's like a 7.62 by 39 round, but LMGs is something I don't have a crap ton of knowledge on, in all honesty. But oh, can we get the feet? Can we get the feet? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. You know what? It's gonna be a good opportunity to switch over to the perk greed class setup for a second. But we gotta. I'm gonna just take and just say screw it and go over here and see if we can help my teammates get B, because I don't think I'm gifted with the benefit, the true treasure of having teammates that are going to be going balls to the wall for the objectives. So we'll need to kind of offset that a little bit. What we can. God dang it. Okay, yeah. See, the perk greed one, just not my cup of tea. It ain't that you can't have good 5-class attachment setups on these LMGs. It's just like once you only do the 5 attachment class setups, you really have to play back and play a little bit more passively, as opposed to where with the gunfighter setups you can set it up to where you can play more aggressive with the gun, you know, that probably weighs 50 pounds or more, which, you know, in being realistic, it's not the most realistic setup there, but you know what, if it works, it works. And, you know, you got to decide, hey, am I playing for kills? Am I playing for camos? Like, whenever I show you guys these videos, it's all about just getting the weapon out there in the meat of things and the thick of things and trying to get different engagements and just kind of, you know, pair the gunfighter and the perk class setups against each other. But the perk, the gunfighter class setup is one, like I said, I used when I dropped the nuke earlier, and I had no latency. My latency is at 50. I'm spiking into triple digits, which, like I said, it's not that big of a deal. And no packet loss either earlier, so that right there is just one of those things where the stars aligned. And I mean, the thing that probably helped too is because I grinded the launchers like a couple matches before that, so my KD but those matches was horrible. So I don't know how fast the skill-based matchmaking like keeps up with itself, but odds are that probably contributed to me getting in a slightly easier lobby, because it was honestly too easy. I mean, the only reason I died once was because at the very tail end of it, I just ran out there and just started spraying down like Rambo, you know, just mowing it down, you know, not even looking where I was shooting. So the fact that I only died once while engaging in such reckless activity is still kind of amazing to me, but I'll take what I can get when we can get it. What's this guy doing? Okay, so we got that there. We got somebody chilling up. God dang it, teammates, you got to calm it down popping around corners like that. We got a mini-map for a reason. We got to coordinate with one another. Nice little reload. I really like the reload deal with the RPD. I wouldn't say that it's my favorite. I'd say like the Stoner is probably the best LMG, but that's very debatable. And not to say the M60's bad, but just saying like overall well-rounded. If I had to pick an LMG, it would be between the RPD and the Stoner. You know, just because they got fast fire rates, got good movement, good mobility. The M60 is very great. It's a hard hitter, but that slower fire rate that it sports, I just found, like, I got a lot more multi-kills with the Stoner and the RPD as opposed to the M60, and I think it was really a fire rate issue, because even with immaculate accuracy, please don't let me, oh my wiener, mate, I was one bullet short of just wrecking that man. So 2.0 KD, 8 objectives, so we're, you know, we're playing out here, playing the objectives as if we had a submachine gun, and even with that, we brought up the score right there at the tail end. So we're mainly going to be sticking with our gunfighter setup right here, and yeah, I would go ahead and drop the Stoner class setups, but I really want to wait till the Diamond comes out. I was going to wait till the Diamond unlocked to go for the RPD, but I should have it. They don't want to give it to me. So, you know, I guess it's just one of those things. Patience, you got to wait them out. Bro, this bang is a banging. Let me tell you, what is this called? Purple Haze. Sounds like I'm flipping strain of weed, but anyways, it's pretty good. Because I've been kind of like, monsters are great and I love them, but like I've drunk like every what is it? How do I done forgot it? It's not the Monster Zeros or whatever they're called. Ones that ain't got no sugar in them. There's like 9 colors, 9 different flavors, and like without exaggeration, I've got the tabs to prove it. I've probably drunk at least 100 of each flavor. So I've just been taking and trying to branch out and, you know, try some new beverages. I still like the ones with no sugar in them, not for like any like health or weight reason, but just they're too sweet, mate. And like the sugar kind of leads to you having like a sugar crash in most cases. And if you want to have 1 or 2 of them, it's no bueno. It's no bueno. So highly recommend sticking with the ones that ain't got no sugar in them. Let's take and roll this over. That's the only downside that using the gunfighter setup is you don't have the benefit of tack mask and flak jacket. So, you know, if one thing frustrates you more than the other, then by all means feel free to trade out, you know, tack mask for flak jacket, or flak jacket for tack mask. And, you know, that's just a personal preference thing. Me personally, I would rather flipping, you know, have the Anne Frank wait, no, I always get them, like, it's Anne Frank, Hitler Girl, Susan B. No, it wasn't Susan B. Anthony made the flag. The blind one, Helen Keller. That's it. There we go. That's the one I was trying to think of. So I'd rather be out in the battlefield like Helen Keller than, you know, die to explosives every 2.5 seconds, because everybody's got a grenade in their pocket. Not to mention proximity mines, RPGs, score streaks, napalm strikes. It's just, you know, it can go from 100 to 0 real quick. But right now we pushing out in the middle. Our KD's suffering for it, but we're taking it and picking her back up score-wise. Let's pop him right there in the noggin, get that off the side of that car, take advantage of all the smoke and the shockage that these artillery shells are giving us. And see, like, the LMGs are great too, just because you can light people up, and then because of the elimination factor on here, you know, you just take and get, if you just go left, right on your screen, you're going to end up hit marking 2 or 3 people. And then odds are at least 1 or 2 of them's going to get finished off by your teammate, and then bippity boppity boop, you got yourself some eliminations you didn't even have to go out there and put your neck on the line for. So it's just another little advantage of you know, rocking the LMGs and or just, I mean, any high capacity. I mean, a lot of the ARs, you know, I think it's great that they offered the, God, I love burning to death at 6:30 in the evening. But no, it's great that they have, you know, like the 60, in some cases like 70 round mags, and it just, you know, that's the way to go in most cases, especially for like public matches. I am getting packet loss and latency if you can't see that in the upper left hand corner, which is, like I said, at this point it's just a law of the Call of Duty nature. You know, anytime I want to record something, gotta have those internet issues, bro. Elon Musk, he's really not coming through for me, mate. I'm gonna have to take and I'm going to have to talk to his investors about, you know, getting them satellites up, like right over where I'm at on the East Coast, so that we can get things going. I might, you know, maybe I should set up like a non-profit organization that's like, you know, saves puppies or something, so we'll get priority status. And, you know, you can't save puppies if you don't have fast internet. Let's, you know, put it that way. Who we got coming out this right side? A little drop shot. We haven't really hit any drop shots this go around. 37 rounds in a thing right here. Can we get anybody on this left picket fence? Dude, these guys are playing relatively strange. I don't know if it's just me or because of the matches I was playing earlier when I was doing the Stoner and kind of hanging back for my long shots, but these guys seem to be just straight up hauling it to the mid area and then just like hanging back and watching the sides, which I don't know if they got communications with one another and they setting it up on purpose, or if they just got some good non-communicational chemistry working for them. But it is frustrating to say the least. So I'm just going to get right here and just keep getting this garage sale action. Boom, boom, boom. Anytime somebody, you can catch them coming through that door, you know, they're done for. Get that proximity mine. You know, you got to have something that works for you. And he got me. What did he get me? Oh, okay, yep. Type 63 SKS. I know for a fact that's 7.62 by 39. So, you know, in theory, if I got a faster fire rate with this bad boy and we are rocking the same ammunition type, he should be dead. But we're not going to get into the technicalities that can cause extreme rage. That's what you get, baby. That right there is an afterlife kill for you. So yeah, it looks like we're gonna get pull out a nice fat W right here, unless they just taken. Okay, I don't. Well, it's one thing or the other. I get my legs blowed off in Lieutenant Dan fashion, and my game crashed. Alrighty. Well, you know, that's it. I got a miniature update today. It was like a 200-some megabyte update. I don't know what it was for, but ever since that happened, games crashed 4 times, and my stoner, I've got it gold, but it don't give me the gold, so therefore they don't got the diamond. So I don't know. There better be a new little update dropping very soon, because right now I'm not a satisfied customer. But anyways, guys, we was right there telling the game anyways. You got to see both Perk Greed and Gunfighter setups in action. RPD's a super fun gun to use. Even if you're not doing camos, highly recommend using it, especially on maps like Nuketown and Raid for regular pub stomping. It's so fun to use. So, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share with your friends. Like I said, look over the black eye. And until the next one, adios.